Treasures are unearthed all the time, from ancient artifacts to current masterpieces, but they're usually only uncovered after significant investigation. They can, however, be discovered totally by chance. Here are the top 10 amazing treasures found by accident. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. At number 10, the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was initially printed in 200 copies. One of the copies was discovered by chance in 1989. A man went to a second-hand store in search of a lovely picture frame. He selected one that met his requirements, paid $4 for it, and carried it home. When he disassembled the frame to insert his photograph, he discovered a lifetime. Copy number 25 of the United States Declaration of Independence was hidden under the canvas and within the frame. He sold the document for about $2.5 million. At number 9, the Saddle Ridge Hoard. In February 2013, a couple was walking their dog on their rural property in California's Gold region in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. They came upon what seemed to be an old, rusted metal container, well out for their daily stroll. Curiosity got the better of them, and they rushed over to check, only to discover that the can wasn't an empty piece of garbage after all. It held over 15,000 gold coins. Despite having a face value of little under $30,000, the coins sold for millions at auction. At number 8, the Venus de Milo. In 1820, a farmer on a little Aegean island went into his field in search of white stones to build a wall with. However, in his hunt, he discovered something even more important. He discovered the Venus de Milo in two pieces. When word of their finding spread, another French sailor came and compensated the guys for the statue. The other sections of the statue were never recovered, but enough of the spectacular sculpture was unearthed that the Louvre finally purchased it, and it's still one of the museum's primary attractions. At number 7, Oxen Hoard. In this little village, a farmer missed his hammer in the field. While searching for it with his metal detector rather than a hammer, he discovered one of the biggest treasure hoards in British history. More than 15,000 Roman bronze, gold, and silver coins, as well as hundreds of gold and silver spoons, horse, jewelry, and sculptures were discovered. The farmer and his friend who lent him the metal detector divided the loot, earning nearly $3 million altogether. The magnificent collection is presently on display at the British Museum. At number 6, the Terracotta Army. In the 1970s, a Chinese farmer desired a new well on his land, so he started digging. Instead of striking groundwater, he discovered an underground cavern filled with 8,000 wonderfully preserved, one-of-a-kind sculptures of ancient warriors. He had stumbled onto the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the man who unified China's warring tribes in the 2nd century BC. Emperor Qin, who ascended to the throne at the age of 13, commissioned the construction of this terracotta army to guard his tomb after his death. The entire property is now a museum that is available to the public. At number 5, Derinkuyu Underground City. The mountainous environment of Turkey's Cappadocia area is home to hundreds of subterranean towns that its ancient occupants hand-carved from volcanic ash. Derinkuyu is one of the most sophisticated of these subterranean metropolises, with 18 levels and enough capacity to host 20,000 people. Surprisingly, the site was only found in 1963, when a resident was remodeling his home and discovered a passageway leading to a large network of stone tunnels and chambers. Experts don't know who built Derinkuyu or when it was erected, but excavations have revealed that it originally featured its meeting rooms, stores, freshwater wells, stables, and even hefty stone doors to keep its people safe. At number 4, the Rosetta Stone. When Napoleon Bonaparte started his disastrous Egyptian campaign in the late 18th century, he took with him a special corps of scientists and historians entrusted with collecting antiquities and researching the country's history. The so-called Institute of Egypt came in handy in 1799 when troops headed by Pierre-Francois Bouchard came upon a massive basalt slab while tearing down ancient fortifications to repair a French fort near Rosetta. The stone was swiftly dated to the 2nd century BC by the Institute, and it was engraved with an old edict written in 3 separate languages: Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphics. At number 3, Ullu Shipwreck. Mehmet Akir, a sponge diver, was swimming in the Mediterranean Sea off Turkey's Ullu shore in 1982 when he came face to face with the remnants of a 50-foot-long sunken ship. The old wreck had been at the sea's bottom for so long that much of its cedar hull had vanished. Later, underwater archaeologists spent 10 years examining the Ullu wreck. They uncovered a rich mine of late Bronze Age antiquities, ranging from elephant tusks and hippopotamus teeth to jewelry and even a scarab engraved with the name of the Egyptian queen Nefertiti for more than 20,000 dives, while evidence from a piece of firewood proved the ship's age of around 300 years. At number 2, the Dead Sea Scrolls. In 1947, a group of teenage Bedouin goats and sheep herders were tending their flock near an ancient city of Jericho. While hunting for a missing goat, one of the lads flung a stone into a nearby cave and was started to hear what sounded like smashing clay pie. When he walked inside the cave to investigate, he discovered several jars carrying a collection of antique papyrus scrolls. Tiny bits of the scrolls would ultimately sell for millions of dollars, but the Bedouins were ignorant of their worth and sold the entire collection to Bethlehem antiquities dealer for less than $50. And at number 1, the Lascaux Cave. In September 1940, 4 French youths were exploring the woodlands near Montignac when they came into a large underground cavern filled with 2,000 old paintings and carvings. They later informed their school teacher, who convinced a cave expert to confirm the find's validity. Before long, awareness of the Lascaux Cave's stunning collection of animal pictures and abstract symbols had traveled throughout Europe, and it became renowned as the Sistine Chapel of prehistoric art. Historians eventually estimated that the cave's murals were roughly 15,000 to 17,000 years old, and many believe it was originally the scene of religious and hunting activities among Upper Paleolithic peoples. Well guys, that's it for this video. What'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments below, and if you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.